threats.
Slap me in the face, you know.
Mate, if I got what it takes.
Anger. Desperation.
Dad, I need to find 2 grand within 5 minutes.
What happens when debt
I'm not even paying a penny of it.
tracks you down?
Don't open the gates, mate. We'll force entry.
Up and down the UK,
Can somebody come to the door, please?
we see Britain's most resilient High Court enforcement agents
We need immediate police assistance.
dealing with every debtor's worst nightmare.
It's not a wake-up call most people want.
Because if you can't pay,
Doesn't have a penny, doesn't own anything.
they'll take it away. Figures from a leading debt charity show that the value of total personal debt in the UK has risen by nearly £30 billion over the first half of 2017. A third of people who took part in a recent survey have seen an increase in their debts as a result of the rising cost of living. 1 in 3 admit that they rely on credit to get by every month. High Court enforcement agents Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor are in Whitefield, Manchester. They have a writ to collect a debt of just under £4,000 owed by former pub landlord Paul Kirsch to a firm of architects.
Let's go see if he's in.
Let's hope he's in.
But this isn't the first time Stuart has tried to enforce this writ. Last time, Mr. Kirsch said he couldn't pay immediately, and so was given 24 hours to clear his debt. But he didn't pay.
Beautiful house.
Let's go. Is this what they refer to as Manchester Sunshine?
Now the agents need to get this case resolved for good, one way or another. With no answer, the agents go to investigate round the back of the house.
Hello?
Finding an open door, they make peaceful entry.
Is anybody in? Hello, Mr. Kirsch. McCracken, High Court enforcement agent.
Yeah, okay.
I'll
Just stand outside.
No, I'll be staying here at the moment, sir.
Please, Mr. Stand outside.
No, I'll be standing at the moment, sir. Just regarding this issue, sir.
Please give his girlfriend's house. I'm not living here.
Despite his claims, this is where the notice of enforcement has been sent to, and where Stuart met Mr. Kirsch on his previous visit. Stuart makes his position clear.
We're here now to collect a balance of £3,916. If not, we are instructed to remove goods. I'll give you 15 minutes to try and raise the funds. If not, we will have to go around the property, sir, to...
Opportunity to ring somebody.
Yeah, do that then. No problem.
If you're not
I'll
going to
wait.
leave the house, sit down.
I'll be right
and
near,
please
sir.
give me the opportunity.
Okay, I'll give you that opportunity. I'll give you 15 minutes, sir.
You can't just give me 15 minutes.
I can do, sir.
It's not my address.
Sorry, you keep saying
I
that.
spoke to citizens' advice.
Yeah.
You can only take things that belong
That's
to
right,
me.
sir. Okay.
This is not my television.
Right.
This is not my couch.
Okay.
This is not my house.
Yeah.
I'm looking after the dogs.
Right,
Because
you've
the dog's sick and he's got it ill. So I said I'd stay with the dog.
If you want to make a phone call and arrange a payment, that will be the end of the matter.
While Mr. Kirsch starts to make some calls, Stuart hunts around for evidence that the debtor is more than just the house sitter he claims to be. But Mr. Kirsch has other ideas.
How can you go wandering into another room? Can you hear what I'm saying?
I can hear what you're saying, sir,
Why are you
yes.
stopping me from making the phone call?
I'm not stopping you at all. I'm not stopping you at all. I'm not stopping you. I'm not stopping you at all. I'm not stopping you at all.
Stand there where I can
Sir,
see you.
you can see me through the window.
No, I want you to stand there. You can't just wander in somebody
Sir,
else's
right, I'm
house.
going to make it clear to you. If you're not happy with what we're doing, ring the police.
What are you doing there? How can you look at somebody else's information?
look, sir.
Right, please don't look at it.
I can do.
No,
Why?
you can't.
Why? What have you got to hide?
Nothing.
You've got nothing
I've
to hide,
to hide.
Okay, so I'll just continue having a look through here then.
You will find that any information to do with me in this building
Yeah.
has nothing to do with me.
Okay, that's fine. That's no
Right.
problem at all. But sadly, I can't take your word for that.
But then Vic spots a letter in Mr. Kirsch's name, sent to this address.
Address here, Mr. Kirsch.
I told you that I've been staying with my girlfriend and I'm looking after the dog.
So you're staying here?
No, I'm not living here. It's not my address.
And here's another letter here, sir. Royal Mail. Mr.
Yeah.
Paul Kirsch. Why did your post come
Because
here?
I asked to send some post here.
Right, sir, come on.
No, I'm telling you the
Come
truth. Please, you not continue looking, taking information. What are you doing?
Taking photos.
Honest to God, not my address.
You're digging yourself in a hole.
No,
sir.
I'm not giving myself in a
Look,
hole.
some evidence here, Paul. Let's not go around in circles. Let's get this thing sorted out, right?
I'm trying to get it sorted out.
Don't raise your
But
voice.
you're then trying to be awkward with me.
I'm not
I'm
trying to be
telling you,
awkward with
it's
you at
not
all.
my home.
Okay.
Do I stay here? Yes. Do I look after the dogs? Yes.
Does your post come here? Yes.
The agents now have good reason to believe that this is Mr. Kirsch's current home. Stuart's patience starts to run out. With the debtor getting more irate, he needs to get this case back on track.
Let's just nip it in the bud now, sir, okay? Give it till 11:15. Just try and make some calls, try and get sorted out. Then
I'm trying to, but I don't feel comfortable you rooting around, and I'm telling you that I don't own this house.
Yeah, but there's-
and the property in this house does not belong to me.
Okay, right. Let's try and get it sorted, Paul.
Not answering the phone, so I can go to keep ringing.
Like I said, so we've still got time.
We always give the defendant time to raise the funds because it's a big shock. As you can imagine, someone knocking on your door with a piece of paper saying, if you don't pay, we will take goods away. So we always try and work with defendants, give them time to ring a family member or a friend, because we all know someone that most probably can help us.
The clock is ticking. Mr. Kirsch now has 15 minutes to find the £4,000 he owes, or the agents will have no choice but to remove any goods belonging to him from the house.
You've got the order with the value on it. Because
Here's a copy for you, sir.
I need to make you aware, so if we do start taking control of goods, the balance does go up.
I don't want you to remove the goods. I want to make the payment. Give me an opportunity to make
I
the
don't think
payment.
we are at the moment.
Like, can I give you £100?
No.
Right, what can I give you then?
The very minimum they would accept is 50%. That is £2,000. We can't put an offer forward for less than 50%, but we need to know a guarantee figure.
There's no point in ringing up with figures, sir, until you can raise it.
Up to the claimant at the end of the day to accept it.
Yeah.
I swear to you, that this debt, I have every intentions of paying it because you people do not go away. You're like a rubber band. You're just going to bounce back again.
Mm-hmm.
The only way that you're going to bounce and not come back is if you get paid. Right, I get that.
Defendants will throw all sorts of smoke screens at us, but once they've realised they've used all their excuses, all their reasonings, they then think, right, well, I need to try and get this sorted as quickly as possible. It can be music to our ears sometimes when a defendant says, I know it's owed, I need to raise some funds, can you give me a bit of time to try and raise something? That's something that we want to hear on every job.
Mr. Kirsch's time to raise some funds is almost up. With no sign of payment, the agent's only option is to start looking for assets to seize.
So I'm just going to go look around the property.
No, excuse me. I don't want you to walk around the property. Excuse
I will be,
me.
sir.
Sir, Daniel,
I will
we're
be,
going to
sir.
stop in the actions to make a
No,
payment.
excuse me. I don't want you. You're not
So I'm
allowed
gonna
to go
do-
around
Yeah, we are,
walk around
sir.
the property.
Of course I am.
It's not your house. It's not you.
Sir.
Excuse me. Excuse me, please. Please don't start. Please.
Sir.
Give me the opportunity to
Right.
deal with the situation. I understand your sincerity of your situation.
At the
I
moment,
understand
sir,
your job.
okay.
But please don't go
So,
wandering
at
around
the
the
moment,
house.
With Mr. Kirsch now obstructing the agents from carrying out their lawful duties, the case has reached a stalemate. Stuart and Vic will have to use all their negotiating skills to get the £4,000 they came for. High Court enforcement agents Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor are in Whitefield, Manchester, to collect a debt of just under £4,000.
Is this what they refer to as Manchester Sunshine?
The debtor, Paul Kirsch, claimed he didn't live at the address.
Please go to the girlfriend's house.
Then he said he couldn't pay the full amount he owed.
Can I give you £100?
No.
But when the agent started an inventory of goods, tempers started to fray.
It's not your house. It's not you.
Sir.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Please. Please don't start. Please.
Sir.
Give me the opportunity to deal with the situation.
Now, Stuart must make it clear that he has every right to start listing goods for removal if Mr. Kirsch doesn't make an offer of payment.
Please don't go wandering
at
around
the
the
moment,
house.
okay, I'm
Yeah.
here now to assess the
It's
goods.
not my
okay?
property.
But you're here, sir.
No,
Okay?
I'm here.
So what I'll do
Yes.
is, I'll give you another 15 minutes to try and raise the funds.
I've not got it.
Paul.
I've not got it.
Paul.
Right now.
It's 11:30 now, so
saying-
I'll give it till 11:45 and then we will have to do an inventory.
With a second deadline set, Stuart has given Mr. Kirsch a final chance. Raise the money now or lose any assets in the house belonging to him. Mr. Kirsch gets straight back on the phone.
Hello? Just 1 second.
Yeah.
My brother-in-law's on the phone and he says that can you ring somebody and check that if you can accept £2,000 as a payment?
We can do, yes, that's not a problem.
So can you pay £2,000 on your behalf?
Can you pay £2,000 on my behalf? Yes, he's saying.
Okay, no problem, I'll make a quick call now. There's no signal in here, so I'll have to go outside.
The balance, can you raise it in 30 days from today?
Yeah, I'll find £2,000 in 30 days.
So that's the offer, Stuart. £2,000 a day, balance in 30 days.
I'll see what I can do, mate. I'll see what they say.
Stuart goes outside to call the office to see if the offer of a £2,000 down payment from Paul's brother-in-law, together with an agreement to pay off the balance, is acceptable to the claimant.
His friends can pay £2,000 today. And then he's going to try and clear the balance in 30 days. Would you be able to check with the claimant, see if he'll accept that?
Yep, okay. I'll get on to the client. I'll give you a call.
No problem, mate. Speak to you shortly.
Okay.
Bye-bye. It's very important to have a strong family network. I do feel for people that don't have that family network and don't have people to call, because you really are on your own. But on the other side of it, we're seeing more and more families coming together to try and help. Getting help from the family, it's only going to make you stronger.
15 minutes later, the office calls Vic.
2,000 today and the balance in 30 days, just to confirm. Yeah, okay, thank you very much, Mike. All right, cheers, Jay. Bye-bye.
The claimant accepts the offer.
The gentleman's going to make the payment on your behalf.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you our office number and you can phone them directly. What we're saying here is basically balance of £1,916.24 to be paid by the 6th of July. You need to sign out that you agree with that and that you're going to stick to it. There, sir.
Right, we'll leave you to it, Paul. Brilliant.
Thank you.
All right, Paul. See you later.
It's a good result for the agents. But if Mr. Kirsch doesn't pay the money he owes within 30 days, they'll be back.
I'm not gonna lie, Vic, I feel quite honoured by that. You just don't give up. You're like an elastic band once you...
Come back, you keep on coming back.
We call many things, but never an elastic band.
A recent survey has revealed that young adults in the UK are coming under increasing financial pressure. On average, 25 to 34-year-olds have a disposable income of just over £200 per month. And nearly 40% receive financial help from their parents. High Court enforcement agents Matt Highway and Gary Ball are in Kings Norton, Birmingham.
As always, we've got our instructions from Her Majesty the Queen.
Yeah.
We'll carry them out.
They have a writ to collect almost £10,000 owed by Daniel Hutchins to a car finance company.
It's another big one, this, mate. It's a few £100 off 10 grand. Big money to find.
Mr. Hutchins was paying for a new car he bought in instalments, but fell behind with his payments.
We're going to see what we can do, shall we?
Yep, see if he's in.
The finance company took Mr. Hutchins to court and won, and now he must pay the money he owes in full today.
Hello there. Can I speak to Daniel Hutchins, please?
Yeah.
Thank you.
He's just in his boxes. Can you just put some clothes on?
Oh, is he? Yeah, of course, yeah.
Still in his boxes at 11:30.
Hiya, mate, you all right? Daniel, yeah?
Yeah.
How you doing, mate?
Yeah, not bad.
Should we come and have a chat, yeah?
Yeah,
All
of
right.
course.
I'm Matt Highway, High Court Enforcement. Gary Ball.
How you doing? All right, yeah.
We're about a High Court writ, mate. Does this relate to a car, does it?
Yeah. Car
finance.
finance.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's a lot of money, innit? I haven't got the money to pay it, you know, and like I'm not working at the moment.
Anybody can help you with this or not?
I've got I ain't got no one to help me. Like I ain't spoke to my mum for like 7 months. My dad won't be able to help.
So you're ordered to attend the property to either collect payment from you or to look at seizing goods?
Yeah.
This is actually my house, so he's only recently just moved.
I've just moved in, you know, yeah.
This is me and the kids.
Okay. What the situation is there, unfortunately, is that because this is the address named on the writ, the onus should be on you to prove that the items belong to yourself. So if you do have receipts or invoices for them, we'll have a look.
While Daniel starts looking for sales receipts, Matt tries to find out more about the case.
Well, what's happening here?
I was just little cheap.
How long ago was this debt from, Dan? When did you have the car?
Basically, they took the car off me.
After they repossessed it?
Yeah. I lost my job, which made me not keep payments to my car. They took the car.
What car was it?
Insignia. The car was originally like £8,000 or something. But somehow, even though I paid £5,000 and they took the car, they're saying I still owe like £7,000. But I don't get how that works.
Daniel can't seem to find any receipts for the goods in the house, but he's keen to show Matt some other documents.
So I've got loads of debt letters, but they're all chasing me for them, but I can't afford to pay them yet. I'm not, like, because I'm not working, you can have a look around the house, there's not going to be nothing worth taking. I've got a van outside, but it's not going to be no use yet.
I'll have a look in a sec, mate. You're pretty honest with me, aren't you? I don't disbelieve what you're saying to me, so, yeah.
It's clear that Daniel has fallen on hard times, but the agents are duty-bound to search the house for anything of value that could be seized to offset his debt.
I'm going to have a good look round and then we'll sort it out from there, all right?
Yeah.
Charged up more for me.
To be fair, this is a palace compared to some of the houses we're going to, don't worry.
There doesn't appear to be anything here of value. But then Matt discovers a letter from the Crown Court. It throws a new light on the case.
What's all this breaching suspended sentence stuff, mate? What's going on with that?
I went to Crown Court the other day because I breached my community service. If I breach one more in 6 weeks, and I get 12 months in jail.
You're playing that, man. Get it sorted.
I'm off tag for like 2 weeks, guys. I'm tagged for 11 months.
There's only one way that's leading, isn't there, really? You know what I mean?
It was somebody originally that owed me money, and I found out where he lived, and then me and my mate went in his house without his permission and take all of my money's worth out of his house. Kind of like what you're doing without the licence.
Yeah, you have to get us to do that, mate. We can do that legally.
And then I got nicked for it.
It seems that Daniel's conviction is at the root of all his money troubles.
So were you working when you took this finance out then?
I was a bin man. They come and arrested me from work, and then my gaffer turned around and said, look, obviously we're happy with your work and everything, but like, because of the council, we can't, you're going to be working around ours, so we physically got really cheap out of you.
So that bit of daftness really has cost you quite dear, hasn't it, really?
Everything cost me everything.
Often as a High Court enforcement agent, half of your job is an enforcement agent and half of it is a social worker. We will hear the full story about what the defendant's been through recently, been through in his life, what his situation is like at the moment, and they'll open up to you with these truths about their life in order to explain why they're in the position they're in. What it does for us is it builds a picture of where they are and how likely they are to pay this debt off.
With no sign of payment and nothing to take in the house, Matt needs to double-check the value of Daniel's van.
Is that the wheels? This one's yours, is it? It's not worth £9,000, is it?
No.
Are you going for white or grey?
That door on it opens from the inside as well.
There's nothing in there. With the best will in the world, that van's not going to cover it, is it, really?
I know.
At auction, the van would fetch less than £100. It's becoming clear that an affordable payment plan is the only way to get this case resolved today. But first, Matt needs to carefully assess Daniel's financial situation.
We can get this onto an arrangement then, Dan. What are you suggesting? Weekly or monthly?
We got paid 114 a week between us. So it's a lot of money as well. It's not even like it's a small amount of money. So I don't want to offend, but offering you a stupid little amount.
You get benefits, right?
Yeah.
What you on?
Okay, so.
So it's 114 a week as a joint claim, yeah? All right. What other debts have you got?
Loads, right? Loads.
For
Honestly.
what?
It's all my past. Like, I've Vodafone one for like nearly 700 quid. I've got a couple of old parking tickets that I didn't pay for ages, and it's gone up to hundreds of pounds. I've got another biggest one, but I can't think what it is. Altogether, I've got about 14 grand worth of debt, but when you're not working...
Yeah.
It's clear that Daniel is in life-changing levels of debt, so Matt decides to offer him a lifeline.
So to get this sorted, mate, what I suggest we do, in light of your benefits, you know, job seekers and that, until things improve, we'll set it up at the lowest they'll allow me to, which is £50 a week.
I'm going to be honest with you, mate, it's probably going to bounce.
You can't make 50 quid a week with your window cleaning.
Yeah, I will try, yeah.
Gary calls the office to see if the client will accept a repayment plan of just £50 a week to pay off Daniel's nearly £10,000 debt.
Alison, can you have a look at a job, mate? He's currently on job seekers allowance, £114 a week. So he's offering £50 per week. Can you put that to the client, can you, and get back to us?
No problem.
Cheers, Alison. No worries, mate.
Bye.
Chat. People do high debts from themselves, high debts from, you know, the people they live with. And when they've got two enforcement agents knocking at the door, I think it's a big wake-up call for them, and they have to deal with the situation.
5 minutes later, the office calls back.
Hello.
Hi, Gary, it's Alison. I've spoken to a client who's agreed to £50 per week.
Yeah.
On the understanding that review every 3 months, just to hopefully still keep up with it, okay?
No worries, I'll pass that on. Thanks a lot. Cheers, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Do you hear that, Dan? Yeah, they've accepted it. However, they're going to do a 3-monthly review on it.
Yeah.
So if you do get a job, obviously you'll be earning more then, so
Yeah, of course.
they'd obviously want more. So
Yeah, no problem.
Well, you're gonna have to get out, mate. Get out in the van and get some money made. You got things to sort out now. You got family and missus around you. You got to sort it out. That's the arrangements in place, all right?
Yeah.
Any issues? Give me a call. That's my mobile number there, all right?
Yeah.
So any problems at all? Give me a shout. Cheers, Dan. Take care. Ta-da, mate.
see you later.
The case may be resolved for now, but as it's going to take Daniel almost 4 years to pay off his debt, there may be tough times ahead.
He's got a lot going on, hasn't he? He's got a lot going on. I mean, that suspended sentence hanging over him.
I lost my job because I'd done something stupid and ended up basically getting arrested like a donut, like just making bad decisions. Got off with the man of the house now and stop messing about, start paying my debts and fix my life. But not take out stupid car finances or things that I can't afford.
Faced with a sensitive situation, Matt and Gary got the best result they could. But in Stuart and Vic's next case...
No, it's fine. No, it's fine.
Fucking do one then.
What do you mean do one?
Bell end.
Yeah. All right. All right.
Fucking bosh.
All right, mate. See you later.
They meet a landlord
Every day there's someone trying to scam you from something.
on the losing side of a bitter dispute with his tenants.
Trashed the house, robbed the cooker.
Since 2007, landlords in the UK have been legally obliged to register their tenants' deposits with a government-backed tenancy deposit scheme. Landlords can't now keep the money in their personal accounts. However, the number of disputes over returning deposits to tenants rose to nearly 30,000 last year. (8 a.m). High Court enforcement agents Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor are in Liverpool. They're here to collect almost £5,000 owed by landlord Richard Downs to two former tenants.
Early morning start, Vic.
As always.
Why are we in Liverpool, Vic, this morning? Or why have you brought me here?
We are going to visit Mr. Richard Downs. Outstanding balance is £4,941.
The debtor, Mr. Downs, failed to give the tenants their deposit back after they moved out of his property.
There's that house in the corner, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's go and have a chat.
The case was escalated to the High Court, and now Mr. Downs must pay back the money he owes in full today.
Good morning, you okay? I'm after Richard. Richard Downs.
Not here.
He's not here. He does live here, though, doesn't he?
Just woke me up.
All right, okay.
Been on late all night.
Oh, I do apologise. He does live here, though, doesn't he?
He does. Why? What's wrong with him?
Right, okay. Well, we're High Court enforcement agents. Are you able to give him a quick call?
No, I've just told you. Look, I've just... Well, you can see you've just woke me up.
Right, well, we need to speak to him.
You want me to get hold of him?
If you can, yeah. That'd be great.
The woman goes to fetch her phone, and the agents make peaceful entry into the house.
Is it your son or your husband? What's the relationship?
My son. Don't be walking in my house, love.
No, we'll be waiting here.
We'll wait here. We won't go any further.
I won't let no one go in with no shoes on.
Yeah. Do you want me to close the door for the eating or leave it open?
Yeah, you know.
We'll stay here for the minute. Is he in work?
He goes out early, love. He goes out early.
Mr. Downs' mother gets him on the phone.
You better get round here. I've got two guys here.
Is he on his way, is he? Do you know how far he is? I don't know where he is.
I wouldn't like to be doing your type of job, love.
Well, some people disagree.
Someone has to do it, yeah. Someone has to do it, but I tell you what, I wouldn't be able to sleep at night.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure the claimant feels exactly the same. Debt follows you around. It affects other people, not just the people that we're after. They're involved whether they like it or not. It's heartbreaking in a way.
2 minutes later, Mr. Downs arrives. But instead of coming inside to speak to the agents, he phones his mother.
Yeah. It's at High Court, Rick.
You want to speak to him?
There you go, Vic, there's the case there.
Hi, good morning. Is that Richard Downs?
Speaking, yeah. This is what happens. I've got a counterclaim against them, waiting to be dealt with now.
At the moment, sir, I'll explain to you. It's a CCJ against yourself, a county court judgment, right? Because it's not been paid, they've transferred that CCJ to the High Court, right? We've got now a writ of control here today to execute. The outstanding balance is £4,941. All money paid today is held for 14 days. You can still have a counterclaim. I've got no problem with that, but we need payment on this case today, sir.
Well, listen, it's impossible because the money wasn't there to be paying you today, for starters, because we've got a counterclaim for over 3 grand.
We will have to remove goods then, sir.
You won't be removing no goods, mate.
We instructed under the High Court. It's a writ of control, sir, and it's at this address.
Listen, I am a respectable landlord, yeah? Respectable landlord. This claim got lodged weeks and weeks back, and I'm waiting to hear back from it. I've had no notice to pay yous in full, right? I'm going to get the solicitor on the phone now because this isn't right.
I can talk to the solicitor, but he's not going to change the situation.
Finally realising the seriousness of the situation, Mr. Downs rushes in.
I'll show you my ID first, mate. My name is Mr. Victor. I'm a High Court enforcement agent. That's my colleague, Mr. McCracken. It's a High Court writ. I appreciate you got a counterclaim, but at the moment, this balance...
We've had no notice of yous, of the court, to pay yous in full.
That's the notice of his was sent on the 5th of the 11th. We won't be here by law if it hasn't been sent.
No, it hasn't come through my door, that.
What's actually regarding?
Every day there's someone trying to scam me from something. They're just opportunists, the tenants. Tenant in my house, moved in 2009, left in 2012, trashed the house, robbed the kuchen. Because I never put a deposit in a DPS, the judge granted them,
Because Mr. Downs didn't put his tenant's deposit in a government-registered scheme, the judge found against him, and he must pay in full today.
I'm in a position to pay £4 though, so...
We need the payment in full. That is the bottom line. That's what we've been instructed. If not, we have to remove goods.
With payment looking unlikely, Stuart goes outside to take a look at the van Mr. Downs arrived in. But a neighbour has spotted him from an upstairs window.
Mate, you. That's not even yours, you.
You what, mate? What do you mean?
It's not yours. Shut the door.
Whose is it?
The door.
Whose is it? Whose is it?
Shut the door on the van.
Whose is it?
Never mind whose it is. Shut the
Whose is it?
It's mine, so shut
Okay.
the door on the van.
Yeah, no problem, mate.
I'm fucking off my fucking pack now.
Is this your van, is
Yeah,
it?
it is my van. So
No problem. No, that's fine. No problem. If it's your van, that's fine. No problem.
It's my fucking
No, it's fine. No, it's fine.
Fucking do one then.
What do you mean, do one?
Bell ends.
Yeah. All right. All right. All right, mate. See you later.
But as Mr. Downs arrived home in the van, Stuart is suspicious of the man's claims. So he calls the office to see if it's free of finance.
Hi, Nicky. Can someone do HPI for me, please? Yes. Under 150 quid. Okay. Cheers, John. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.
The vehicle is free of finance and can be seized. So now Stuart needs to confirm his suspicions that it does in fact belong to Mr. Downs.
Have you got documents for the vehicle?
Yeah, the documents.
Yeah, because obviously we've seized that vehicle now. It will be removed.
You just took my vehicle?
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's still here.
It's still here, but we've taken control of it.
So, to take the vehicle just to get you out my ear for now and go from there, cool.
It appears that the van is the debtor's, but its value doesn't come close to clearing the £5,000 owed. So the agents may have to seize assets from the house to offset the balance.
But we're here to take control of goods as well, so it'll be in the property as well. We will be removing goods.
But then a friend of Mr. Downs arrives, and it appears he's willing to pay some of the debt.
So, can you take half of the money out?
Half the money out and then come back for half.
It needs to be the full balance.
We've been
guys.
instructed by the full balance.
I know you're trying to sort it out.
Listen, I'll give you cash now, half cash now. Full. Come back for the other half.
All right, if you got half cash, can you pay the other half on your card? I haven't got a card.
So look, we get half and then when can you come back for the other half? When you come back tomorrow?
We can't. We're here today for the full balance. I appreciate you want to help your friend, but we instructed to collect the full balance or take control of goods, which means removing goods.
What is it now?
4941.
Mr. Downs and his friend leave to try and get the rest of the money.
We can usually tell if someone's going to return with the cash because they've made the effort to come all the way down. They know the situation, they know why we're there, they know what's going to happen if they don't make the payment, and then they've offered to help the friend. So, in my opinion, the last thing they want to do is let the friend down.
Just moments later, Mr. Downs and his friend come back.
So how much is it?
4941.
And they've bought a bundle of cash.
Let's quickly count this out, guys, and then I'll leave you to it.
Thanks to the help of his friend, Mr. Downs' debt is paid off in full.
135, yes, spot on.
All your details are in there, what you need. Paperwork, copy of the writ.
There you go, guys. Got the details in there.
All right, guys.
The agent's perseverance has paid off.
Result?
Yeah, cracking work, Vic. Cracking work.
Recent research shows that there are currently almost 5 million self-employed workers in the UK, and in the last year alone, they contributed over 250 billion to the economy. However, 4 in 10 self-employed workers can't afford to save any money at all each month, making them more likely to fall into serious debt. 7 a.m. High Court enforcement agents Gareth Short and Mitch Starr are in Swindon, Wiltshire, to enforce a writ against self-employed builder Martin Riley.
Where are we off now, Meg? Off into Swindon, mate, to visit Martin Riley. £2,060.49.
Mr. Riley fitted a kitchen in the claimant's home. but she was unhappy with the standard of his work.
Any notes on it?
Apparently he's in dispute to have the cake set aside, but hasn't paid the court fee yet.
The claimant hired another builder to finish the job and then got a county court judgment issued against Mr. Riley to recoup her costs.
This don't look too bad.
This looks alright, this does.
Let's do it, mate.
The case was escalated to the High Court, and now Mr. Riley must pay the £2,000 he owes in full today.
Doors open. Hello?
The agents take the opportunity to make peaceful entry through the open door.
Hello? High Court Enforcement Agents, Martin, can you come down, please? Come on, it's all right. It's all right, buddy. Hello? Have a look, bud. Hello?
But no one appears to be in. So Gareth checks upstairs. And he's in for a surprise.
Ooh. Hello, sir. Martin, is it?
Yeah, can you go downstairs, please?
Yeah, of course you can. No problem. No problem.
How'd you get in?
The door's open, sir.
Permission to come in?
Don't need permission, sir. You're with the High Court, Red.
Come on. Here you go. Martin. Martin, High Court Enforcement Agents.
Yeah.
Here to execute a High Court writ against you, unfortunately, sir.
Well, I've already got a stay writ on it.
Has it been set aside?
Well, it's been sent.
Then Martin,
I paid for it.
Okay.
Been sorted.
Have you been given a date to set it aside?
Swindon County Court.
Have you been given a date to set it aside, sir?
I'm trying to find the letter.
Okay.
Do you know where the letter is?
Mr. Riley's wife comes to help him look for documentation about his appeal.
Thank you. So, all this is just to say, yeah, we acknowledge the application, but it's not been set aside. So until you get given a date and a time to go in front of the judge, then unfortunately his High Court writ is still outstanding. So unless the full balance of £2,060.49 is paid to us right now.
2,000?
Yeah, you've incurred additional enforcement costs now.
This is a joke. The bloke owes me money.
With Mr. Riley disputing the writ, this simple case might be tougher to crack than Gareth and Mitch expected. It will take all of their patience to get the £2,000 they came for. Gareth Short and Mitch Starr were in Swindon to recover £2,000 owed by self-employed builder Martin Riley to a dissatisfied client.
How'd you get in?
The door's open, sir.
Mr. Riley claimed he'd appealed the case.
I've already got a stay writ on it.
And said he'd been treated unfairly.
This is a joke. The bloke owes me money.
Now the agents need to make it clear that despite the dispute, the debt must be paid today. But Mr. Riley is keen to tell them more about the case.
This is why I'm contesting it. He still owes me money. I installed a kitchen. I fitted the job in for him because she was desperate. So I went round, had a look. I said, look, I've got jobs booked in, but I might be able to fit you in. But I am squeezing you in, and I'm on a time limit.
Do you a favour and squeeze you in, is it?
Yeah. So I went there, give him the price, started the job, and then she started adding things. Oh, well, I want this done, I want that done. I ran over by a week as it was because of the extras I did for her. I sent them an invoice for the extras I'd already done, which come out at £500 and something, and they owed me about 120 from the original job.
Yeah.
Well, next thing, he's saying that I haven't done all these things. I moving sockets, doing this, doing that, and everything. I said, well, that wasn't in the job.
So what, are you a kitchen fitter, are you, or general builder?
I'm a general builder, but mainly kitchens and bathrooms.
Yeah.
I said, well, I'm not coming back until you pay me my money.
Yeah.
He said, I'll take it further. I said, well, you do what you've got to do.
Of course.
Problem you've got is they've provided enough evidence to a county court judge that you do this or owe this money.
Despite his dispute with the claimant, the agents are duty-bound to resolve this case today.
Unfortunately, as it stands at the moment, unless the debt is paid,
I haven't got that sort of money.
The position you're in at the moment is if it's not paid, assets will get removed from you today.
So at the moment, your balance stands at £2,060.49.
Probably haven't even got stuff in this house worth that.
So the position you're in now, if it's not paid...
I can't pay it. I haven't got £2 grand. I'm just going to get my phone.
Okay. Do you have any family or friends that can help you out, Martin?
Do you always go to bed and leave the front door open? It's going to work, see. We often get debtors and defenders who are just fixed on the original judgment, why they're in that problem in the first place. Don't get me wrong, I'll listen to the story all day, but I'm there to get a result. So what I try and do is listen to their story, but bring them back down to the ground and say, I'm not there to deal with disputes, unfortunately. A county court judge has already agreed that you owe this money. You might as well work with me, get the debt resolved.
Realising the agents aren't going to go away, Mr. Riley gets his mother on the phone.
Sorry to wake you. You're right. You want me to give you 5 minutes to wake up? Well, you know that asshole that took me to court? I got 2 High Court bailiffs stood in my front room. Can you lend me some money? Well, it's over £2 grand. What happens when I pay this? If I go back to court and I win, do I get this back?
As long as you get your date within the next 14 days, that money will be held until the end of your court case. If you win, you get the money back.
I know I ain't gonna lose. It dug my head in. I'm out there trying to earn a frigging living and you've got people like him trying to fucking walk all over me. Sorry, Mum. Yeah. Are you able to help me out? Mum, so I'm not going to not give you it back, have I? I just need to get this sorted out.
It seems that Mr. Riley's mother is willing to pay her son's debt.
Sorry about this, Mum. Have you got your card handy? You'll need your card. Alright, sorry. What's the code on the back of the card?
If it's a savers account, perhaps he hasn't got it.
Everyday saver card.
Right, we can't use that card, Mum. Do you know how to transfer it?
No.
Right, I'm going to pass her on to...
You carry on, mate. You do what you've got to do.
Might as well sit down.
I've been driving in a while, thanks. It's nice to stretch the legs.
It appears Mr. Riley's mother needs to transfer money from one account to another, but she doesn't know how to go about it.
This could be hard work.
Yeah.
My mum lives on her own since my dad passed away, so Dad passed away 2.5 years ago. She'd never even had anything to do with a bank account, so we've had to sort of try and teach her.
Yeah. Your wife's talking her through it now, is she?
Trying.
No matter what somebody's age is, if they phone their parenting instinct is to help them out. I'm a parent myself. I'd never want to see my son in debt or ultimately have assets taken from him. So I know from first-hand experience I would do anything to help my son out. And I'm just guessing it's the same across the board.
15 minutes later, with the money transferred into another account, Mr. Riley calls his mother back.
Right, we need your card. You got your card?
Yeah.
He gives the card details to Gareth.
2,060.49, yeah?
Just stick that through. There we are.
Right, man. Right, that's all sorted. Thank you. Love you. Alright, sorry for waking you. See you later, I'll pop round later.
Just take a picture of that, buddy.
Thanks to his mother, Mr. Riley's debt is paid in full.
Here we are, buddy. It's all sorted.
Alright, cheers.
Hopefully we won't see each other again, mate.
No.
Thank you very much. You take care, right?
Yeah. I'll let you know when I win.
Lock your door in future, mate.
Yeah. I thought it was all taken care of. Obviously, I was wrong. My mum's tops. Couldn't fault her, but I can't say too much because I'll end up blubbering. Because my dad passed away a couple of years ago, so yeah, I love her to bits.
I felt a bit sorry for her because she struggled to transfer the money and everything, but we got there in the end. He was a decent enough guy. So, see what happens in court now, won't he?
Threats.
Slap me in the face, you know.
Mate, if I got what it takes. Anger.
Don't,
Desperation.
Dad, I need to find £2,000 within 5 minutes.
What happens when debt
I'm not even paying a penny of it.
tracks you down?
Don't open the gates, mate. We'll force entry.
Up and down the UK,
Can somebody come to the door, please?
we see Britain's most resilient High Court enforcement agents
We need immediate police assistance.
dealing with every debtor's worst nightmare.
It's not a wake-up call most people want.
Because if you can't pay,
doesn't have a penny, doesn't own anything.
they'll take it away. During the first half of 2017, county court judgments against individuals rose to the highest level seen in over a decade. Nearly 600,000 debt judgments were issued, with the average amount standing at over £1,500. High Court enforcement agents Gareth Short and Mitch Starr are in Woolacombe, North Devon. They have a writ to collect a debt of more than £8,000 owed to a supplier of windows and doors.
So we're going to visit Mr. R. Bauer now, mate. A balance of £8,006.27 down by the seaside.
It appears that the debtor, Robert Bauer, ordered new French doors, but was dissatisfied with the quality of the product.
Nice.
He refused to pay the claimant's invoice and was then taken to court.
Here we go.
Mr. Bauer lost the case, and now he must pay the money he owes in full today.
Well, get back to you, okay? Hello?
Oh, so Mr. Bauer, is it?
No, I work.
She's working, yeah?
Every lady.
Yeah.
But she's away on holiday at the moment.
Is she? Okay.
Don't have a key for the property, mate, by any chance, Joe?
No, I don't.
The agents know that Mr. Bauer is listed on the electoral roll at this address.
Let's have a look.
So with the workmen seemingly unable to let them in, they go round to the back of the property to look for another entrance. Gareth finds an open door.
Hello? High Court enforcement!
Nothing here, is it?
What's this?
Holiday apartment.
It's clear the flat is a holiday rental, not a family home. But then Gareth spots a door.
Can't get into the rest of the house with me.
The key the other side.
The agents suspect Mr. Bauer's house has been split into two flats and that the door is another way into the main house.
Yeah, this is the holiday home side, isn't it? Yeah.
Gareth tries to turn the key on the other side of the connecting door. But then the workman appears.
What are you doing here?
We've got a High Court writ to be in the property we have, so we're looking for a Mr. Bauer.
Wrong place.
It's not the wrong place. It's been confirmed that he lives here.
Do you have Mr. Bowes' number, mate? By any chance? No?
Okay, do you have the lady's name that lives here? Do you have her phone number?
What are you going to do?
If you can help us by any chance and get us contacts with the people we're looking for, that'd be fantastic. We can move forward.
I guess you know that Mr. Bauer. If you know him, you might as well just be honest with us now.
And tell us about Mr. Bauer.
Don't tell us the truth. No. If you want to phone Mr. Bauer, yeah, we can sort it out with him. I always have an inkling if somebody's telling me the truth or not, or if they're hiding the truth. And that's when I'll start to drill down and find ways of getting the truth out of them. If that person's not the debtor, then it is obviously a lot harder. But then it's a bit of a cat and mouse game, to be honest with you.
With the man not cooperating, Gareth tries once again to open the connecting door to the upstairs flat.
Yeah, we can force, but if we can do it without damaging the door, even better, won't it?
But the key falls out of sight.
Let's see her then.
Don't think I can.
It looks like the agents may have to force entry. But then, the workman reappears, and he has someone on the phone.
Bauer, the name on the screen. Robert. Hello?
Hello?
Hello, looking for Mr. Bauer, please.
What do you want him for?
I'm a High Court enforcement agent. Can I speak to him, please?
No, he's not here at the moment.
All right. So it's now 10 to 12. We'll give you till 12 o'clock for Mr. Bauer to make contact with us. If not, potentially assets going to be removed, all right? Bye now.
The woman is the debtor's mother, who appears to be using her son's phone.
I thought you said you didn't know who Mr. Bauer was, mate. Robert.
Yeah.
And that's his mother. You got Mr. Bauer's number, but you said you don't know who Mr. Bauer is.
You know his number?
I do now, because you're taking off your phone. And you phoned him 3 times just now? Last night, 6 times?
Come on.
Do you know Mr. Bauer?
I do know him briefly from
Right.
back. I don't know. I've heard of him. I don't, as I say, I know him.
You got his number?
Of him.
You got his... There's a reason why I'm bald, because I've been around the block a couple of times, and we know when people are lying.
I don't like people who accuse me of lying. No,
If you tell the truth, I wouldn't have to call you a liar.
We just called you out though, mate, didn't we?
People tell us all the time that the debtor doesn't live in a house or the debtor doesn't own the house. But unless you actually give us proof, then unfortunately we're going to look to enforce that property.
Just moments after she called, the debtor's mother arrives at the house.
Hello, Mrs. Bauer, is it?
Yes.
Mrs. Bauer.
This is my belongings.
Okay, stop.
I can't...
Just show you some ID. The High Court enforcement agents.
Yeah.
If you want to get Mr. Bauer on the phone, we can deal with him.
This is my house. I ordered the windows. It's rubbish windows upstairs.
Okay, the issue you got now is, if unless you're Mr. Bauer, which you're obviously not, we can't discuss it with you.
Mrs. Bauer claims she owns the holiday rental and the flat upstairs. But the agents have no reason to believe Mr. Bauer doesn't live here too. Gareth and Mitch need to gain entry into the upstairs flat to look for Mr. Bauer and any assets belonging to him. But then, Gareth spots a key on the table.
I'll also take that key as well.
No, that's mine.
I just seized the key to the front door, all right? What we'll do then, we'll start the inventory upstairs.
You're not going in the house.
You get the police
Excuse
in.
me.
Let's do this right.
Move your arm, please.
Okay.
Move your arm, please. You stopped me getting out the property. Move your arm. Move your arm now.
You get the police in.
Move your arm. I don't appreciate you stopping me getting out of the property, yeah?
I know. You get the police in. This there. You get the police. Go on, you get the police. I'll get them.
Go on then. Doesn't bother us either way. But if you stop, you put your arm across again, it's classed as false imprisonment. So I suggest you stop doing that.
This simple job has taken an unexpected turn. With the workman seemingly willing to risk arrest to stop the agents getting upstairs, it will take all of Gareth and Mitch's tenacity to get this case resolved. High Court enforcement agents Gareth Short and Mitch Starr were in Woolacombe, North Devon, to recover a debt of over £8,000 owed by Robert Bauer to a supplier of windows and doors.
Mr. Bauer, is it?
No,
She's working, yeah?
The workman they met claimed he didn't know the debtor and couldn't let them in. So the agents investigated round the back.
Holy pal.
The debtor's mother arrived and said she owned the house.
It's my belongings.
Okay, stop.
But when the agents found the key to the front door, the workman obstructed them.
get the police in.
Move your arm. I don't appreciate you stopping me getting outside the property, yeah?
Now, with the workman on the phone to the police, Gareth and Mitch make their way up to the main house.
No.
Mr. Bauer.
They immediately find a bundle of post addressed to Mr. Bauer. It's clear he does live here, after all.
Mrs. Bauer, do you understand that it's already gone to court?
Eh?
Do you understand that it's already gone to court and we're here to enforce a High Court writ?
There's an appeal going in.
Until you're given a date and time of hearing by the court for the case to be reassessed, but the High Court writ is still active, it's still enforceable. So we are here to collect the balance in full or remove assets.
So it's about some French doors, is it?
Yeah, well, it's shoddy. Absolutely shoddy goods, right?
Okay.
Mrs. Bauer appears to want to tell the agents her side of the story. But then the police arrive.
Do you want me to answer the door, Mrs. Bauer? Is that all right? Hello. Hello, come in. Mrs. Bauer's the police. Are they okay to come in? Yeah.
Oh, Molly.
All right.
Oh.
I'm having this dispute because it's ruddy, shoddy goods.
Unfortunately, Molly, we can't do anything about that.
No, but I'm explaining to you what these shitting
I appreciate that.
Ideally, we'd wait here for you to get hold of Robert. We'll deal with
He's
him.
having medical treatment at the moment. I cannot contact him.
Okay.
The only thing I will say, Molly, is knowing Robert, it'll be a lot easier if we spoke to him on the phone because things won't
much
probably
is
go
it?
smoothly.
I couldn't tell you unless I spoke to Robert.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
We want to speak to Robert and get it resolved that way.
No, because it's not to do with Robert. The judge has been an asshole.
Realising the agents aren't going to go away, Mrs. Bauer finally gets her son on the phone.
Then while we're there, we've got to pay and then sort it out in court. They're just here. Do you want to speak to him?
Mr. Bauer.
Speaking.
Okay, your debt currently stands at £8,006.27. Do you want to make payment to me?
Not at all.
Okay, no problem, Mr. Bauer.
You can do what you like.
Okay, no worries then. Assets can be removed, all right?
Yeah, thank you.
All the best, bye now, bye.
With Robert refusing to pay, the agents have no option but to start removing goods of value belonging to him from the house.
We start with the telly and everything, but we start carrying out.
But Mrs. Bauer has other ideas.
Leave that television alone.
Hold on, man.
Leave it.
Please don't stop us doing our job.
Sorry, I've told you that they're acting
I'll give
the
you
door.
Oh, you're so evil, you people.
We're doing our job,
If Robert dealt with this instead of telling us to remove assets, then we wouldn't be in this position.
But then the situation becomes too much for Mrs. Bauer.
I want a doctor. Get me a doctor.
Okay, will you sit down?
With Mrs. Bauer feeling unwell, the police call for an ambulance.
Well, the service is here in a minute.
You always have to take into account the well-being of that person first. If it's going to affect their health, then we need to process that quickly and ease back and step off a little.
15 minutes later, paramedics arrive to check up on Mrs. Bauer. And the agents stop the enforcement process while she's being cared for.
Just pay her and dispute it later. Yeah. Instead of letting your mother go through this. On a daily basis, we see family members or friends getting dragged into somebody else's debt. And I do really sympathise with that person then. It's not their debt, they're not responsible for paying it. But we do see it on a daily basis where people try to offload it and let somebody else deal with the debt, which is a bit of a two-edged sword, to be honest with you.
3.5 hours after the agents first arrived at the property, Robert Bauer finally comes home.
All right, mate.
Right. I know you've got your job to do, I understand.
It's nothing personal, mate.
It's just ridiculous how it comes from 1800 with French doors. We can't even shut them. They're all, because it was false. They admitted it in court, but the judge didn't like me because I'm outspoken and gave it to them. So then we started the appeal, and I can't do it. You need somebody pretty clued up, you know, to do the writing. I can't do it, I'm bloody illiterate.
Despite the family's dispute with the claimant, the writ must be enforced today. So Gareth and Mitch continue to remove goods from the house.
What's that, 100 quid's worth?
But now, Mrs. Bauer seems to be feeling better. And after a drawn-out stalemate, she now seems keen to bring the situation to a close.
My bag's in the car then.
Right, I'll get it.
She gives the agents Robert's card to pay the debt off in full.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Over £1,800 of 10 grand or more. You know, this is just bloody ridiculous.
Robert,
I understand you.
What do you want now?
do you want to put your pin in the press screen, please,
She has to
mate?
do it because I don't even know. I've never done it in my life.
Let me hold
I
your
don't do
pen.
any paperwork. That's why she got the paperwork down.
Okay, mate, no worries.
I can't do it.
No problem.
I'm illiterate with that concern.
After 4 hours at the property, the case has finally been resolved.
Robbery. Robbery. Sweetheart.
Is your receipt there? It's gone through for you, all right?
There we are, mate. That's us sorted.
Yeah.
Make sure you look after your mother, yeah?
Yeah.
Family.
Thanks very much.
She's a good one, eh? Thanks both.
Cheers, guys.
Thanks.
Cheers.
It's been a tricky case for the agents.
When you just pay it, get it done and say, Mum, I'll look after you. We'll go back to court. Well, hey.
Well done, mate. Top work that was.
Yeah.
We deserve that.
Yeah, definitely.
A recent survey has revealed that nearly 50% of landlords had a tenant evicted from their property in the last 3 years because they weren't paying their rent. Last year, over a quarter of private landlords experienced rent arrears. "9 a.m. High Court enforcement agents Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor are in Forest Fields, Nottingham, to carry out an eviction.
Right, Vic, where are we off to, pal?
It's a possession order for a property.
Oh, lovely.
I'm sure there's a story behind it. There always is a story behind a possession order.
Right, which one is it? Here we go. Here it is.
Tenant Emmanuel Oyabadejo has fallen behind on his rent. When the landlord decided to refurbish the house, Mr. Oyabadejo's lease wasn't renewed.
Right, let's go.
Notice of eviction was sent from the county court, but Mr. Oyabadejo has remained at the property. The case was then escalated to the High Court, and now he must leave the house today.
Hello there, mate. You okay?
Morning. Morning. My name is Mr. Victor. I'm a High Court enforcement agent. This is my colleague, Mr. McCracken. Got an order for possession for this property today, sir.
Possession for property?
Yeah, that's your copy. You will have an hour to pack your bags now. You can come back for your belongings. Excuse me.
You can't come in.
No, I've got a writ here to say that I can come in,
Yeah,
sir.
you have to let me talk to my landlord and everything. You don't have the right to just come
No.
into possession.
Sir, it's a possession order from the court.
Yeah,
Right?
okay, but I have my legal rights.
Of course, but I'm going to explain
so
the process
you can't
to you.
come in and take in possession.
No, I'm not taking your
I'll
stuff.
go to the people who I signed contract with and we will discuss.
Sir,
There it is.
Sorry, hang on.
Unless you want to rough things up.
Mr. Oyabadejo refuses to let Vic and Stuart in.
This is wrong.
It's not your place anymore.
Whose place is
The
it?
court has decided that, sir.
The agents need to make their authority clear.
The court
Where's
has
the court? I don't know anything about it.
I'll show you. It says there, writ of possession.
Yeah.
Right? Let me explain to you the process. That's
Because
what
I
you
have
need to...
legal rights. You can't kick
Of course.
me out.
You need
Yeah.
to let me speak, all right?
I'm listening.
You've got
And that's-
7 days to come back for your possessions. Today, you need to pack a bag with stuff you're going to need for the next few days.
Yeah, but the landlord can't evict me. That's what I'm telling you. I know
sir,
my rights.
you come through the
I'm a
process.
tenant. No way.
Okay, let's explain the process.
I'm not. I'm really getting pissed off. No, don't push me. You're on my property.
Mr.
I
Emmanuel.
am legally blinded to be in this property. Don't bullshit me. You can't fuck me over.
What people do need to realize is when we get there with a possession order, they're going to go on the day. It doesn't matter what your behavior is or what you throw at us. It is reality. And we're not there to listen to your excuses because it's gone past that stage.
Mr. Oyabadejo finally lets the agents in.
Mr. Emmanuel? Mr. Emmanuel?
Yeah.
Is there anyone else in the property?
No one in this property but me.
But it seems Mr. Oyabadejo isn't backing down.
I have rights. I'll go to the court with them. I'll change. The person does not have rights to do what he's doing.
The second we enter the property, sir, your lease comes to an end. So your rights now give you 7 days to come back and collect the rest of your goods.
Legally, you won't be able to return to this property today. If you do force entry, it's a criminal offence then, sir.
Where am I going? You don't understand.
Yeah,
You're the council officer.
They will put you up in emergency accommodation, right? Basically, you're going to show the council now you're homeless.
I want to do that.
Take your bag with you because you're not coming back here tonight. That I can guarantee you.
I'm going to
Take over the
contest
property.
it.
Go
I'm
and
going to
contest
contest
it,
it. Just
sir.
handed it to
It's
me.
not going to
So
change
you
our
can't kick me
day.
out to the bus stop.
It's not going
No.
to change our
No.
day, sir.
No.
With Mr. Oyabadejo still refusing to leave, Stewart gives him an ultimatum.
I'm going to give you two choices, okay? You can either leave peacefully now, or I'll phone the police, and they will have you removed.
That's what I want to do, so that the police can know I'm contracted to you.
Okay.
Stuart gets the police on the phone.
Police, please.
You're in my bedroom.
Hello, I'm a High Court enforcement agent executing a writ of possession, and I need immediate police assistance, please, because the defendant's refusing to leave the property.
You're being misinformed, and that's why I want to contest.
I'm sure you can hear it, officer.
Let me contest my rights, that's what I'm saying.
Whilst the agents wait for the police, Stuart goes downstairs to update the letting agent who's just arrived outside.
Morning, you okay? How long has he been here?
About 4 years.
Okay, he's been paying his rent?
No, on and off, on and off.
On and off, yeah. So what's he plan to do with the property?
Fully refurbished, student property.
Ah, right, okay.
With Mr. Oyabadejo's time to pack almost up, Stuart heads back upstairs to check on progress.
He's trying to get possession, but he's still contracted.
But it's clear he still has no intention of leaving.
There's a writ in your name that says you are now evicted. You now technically are homeless. Right, as of this moment.
I don't want to be homeless.
Right.
That's why I'm talking.
Nobody wants to be homeless,
Exactly.
sir.
20 minutes later, the police arrive.
Manuel, is it alright if I have a word? Do you know why these chops are here?
I just...
Has it been explained to you?
Yeah.
Do you understand what's happening? Do you want to try and get some stuff together then while we're here?
Yeah.
The outcome of this is that obviously you're going to have to leave.
With the police now present, Mr. Oyabadejo finally accepts the reality of the situation.
When the tenant thinks that on the day we do the possession, they can give us 110 reasons why they should be staying and not be evicted. The police are always helpful because if someone is just not playing ball with you and is trying everything to obstruct you from doing your duty, they're normally the voice of reason.
With Mr. Oyabadejo finally out of the house, the lettings agents take a look around the property. And it soon becomes clear there's more to this story than meets the eye.
So we've got water down here. So it's been leaking for a while. But the landlord's paying £400 a month in utilities, and when he was paying his rent, he was only paying £6 a week.
We've found that he was leaving the front door open so that people could just come and go as they please. The rooms that were locked had been forced open. There was black bags where one of his friends had moved in.
With the keys handed over, the eviction is complete.
Is that it in? Is that it sorted?
Yes.
Yeah. Right, guys, we'll leave you to it. Leave you to it. On. Pleasure as always, mate.
Thank you.
All right, see you later. Another happy client, eh?
Vic and Stuart secured a peaceful eviction against the odds. But in Gareth and Mitch's next case...
I'm currently inside your living room right now.
A debtor in denial...
Well, I got the money in phone. I got fuck all in a minute.
...pushes the agent's patience to the limit.
I'm fucking making enough, but you don't seem to fucking understand the paragraph.
According to a recent report by a leading UK financial corporation, the value of unpaid invoices written off by small businesses has risen by more than 70% in just 1 year alone. With the average amount now standing at over £20,000, companies are forced to spend more than £2 billion annually trying to recover outstanding payments. High Court enforcement agents Gareth Short and Mitch Starr are in Yeovil, Somerset. They have a writ to collect a debt of almost £2,000 owed to a home improvement supplier.
Where are we going, mate? On our way into Yeovil. Visit a guy called Tim Goslin. He owes just shy of £2 grand.
The debtor, Tim Gosling, purchased new doors for the front of his home, but failed to pay the invoice.
Again? Ankle biter.
The claimant escalated the case to the High Court, and now Mr. Gosling must pay in full today in either cash or goods.
Tally's on.
It looks like someone's at home. But with no answer at the door, Mitch and Gareth check the back of the house. Finding an open back door, the agents make peaceful entry.
Hello? Hello? High Court Enforcement Agents? Hello?
Any joy, mate?
Yeah, nobody here. Right, let's ring him in, is it?
With no one in, Gareth calls the debtor's number.
Hello, is that Tim?
Who is it, please?
I'm a High Court Enforcement Agent.
Okay.
I'm currently inside your living room right now.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we're here with a High Court writ to enforce against you. With regards to money you owed...
Well, I ain't got the money in full. I'll call it a minute.
Your outstanding balance at the moment is £1,906.07.
Well, try, but...
Give me a call within the next 10 minutes, somebody.
Yeah, okay, we'll do.
Cheers, bye.
Thanks, bye.
While the agents wait to see if Mr. Gosling can raise payment, they start an inventory of assets that could be seized if he's unsuccessful.
It's not a lot here, though, is it?
Oh, you are? Someone coming by me?
But then a man arrives.
Right, the bloke you're looking for don't live here.
Okay.
Right.
Who are you, mate?
You're mine. This is my mum's house.
Okay.
My mother's kicked him out. Tim's not even on the tenancy here. Right. Nothing in this house is his.
The man says the debtor was in a relationship with his mother. But he claims they're now separated, and Mr. Gosling no longer lives at the property.
Do you think it'd be worth you giving him a call, mate, and having a chat with him yourself?
I was just with him when he was on the phone to you.
Tell him
Do you want to ask him to pop down?
He will do, yeah.
Perfect. Go and get him, man.
Yeah. Don't be empty enough to know.
But as this is the address for Mr. Gosling stated on the High Court writ, the agents have the right to investigate further. And Mitch immediately spots something.
Invoice for a washing machine. So he's had a washing machine delivered here today.
The invoice is in Mr. Gosling's name.
So he's bought a washing machine for a house he doesn't live in.
Gareth and Mitch are suspicious that Mr. Gosling might still live in the house after all. A few minutes later, Mr. Gosling arrives.
Let's go and have a chat, mate. Come in by you.
Ongoing saga.
All right, Tim?
Not really.
No, better days, have you?
Well, a lot better days.
Just show us some ID now.
Well,
So unfortunately, Tim, we're here with a High Court writ to enforce against you.
there's no point in me saying I'll keep trying because I've got nobody to turn to get the money.
It seems Mr. Gosling can't pay the almost £2,000 he owes. Gareth needs to make the consequences of non-payment clear.
We're commanded to seize and remove assets if the debt's not paid.
Yeah, but
Obviously, this is the last thing we want to do.
I've got a furnished flat the other side of town. Ongoing saga with my missus, my ex-missus now. If you walk around the house, there's nothing in mine here at all.
But then Mitch shows him the paperwork they found earlier.
Can you explain why we still get a mail today in your name, mate? If you're not living in this property.
Because it was redirected.
So when did you move out?
I moved out yesterday. When was the first? Yesterday.
Mr. Gosling's story appears to back up his former stepson's claims. But the agents can still remove any goods left in the house belonging to him to offset the debt.
Can you prove ownership of every single asset within the property?
Oh no, I won't have any receipts because none of it's new furniture.
You've probably got another 10 minutes.
I can't pay, and it's not my assets, as you want to call it.
You need to make an effort now, Tim, to pay this debt.
I've been fucking making an effort. You don't seem to fucking understand it, Erica. How the fuck am I going to prove it? Oh, fucking that's a joke.
With a deadline set, Mr. Gosling goes outside to try again to raise some cash. But it's clear this won't be an easy task.
I have nowhere to fucking turn to. How many more fucking times? I'm getting a bit angry about this now.
If I was as desperate as you, I'd keep trying.
Defendants who bury their heads and don't make an effort to pay their debts do really frustrate me. Ultimately, if you deal with a matter face on, it's probably going to be a lot easier for yourself.
With the clock ticking, Gareth checks on progress.
So can you pay me right now, Tim?
Still no, isn't it? If I can know that, every obvious questions, isn't it?
But Mr. Gosling's former stepson, James, is trying to help.
Right, Jack? Yeah, not really. Is there any way you could lend me £1,000? On Friday. I can pay it on Friday.
We won't be able to wait till Friday, mate.
James gets straight back on the phone.
There's fucking bailiffs at Mother's house about to empty the place unless I pay £1,900. I can get you £1,000 now.
You're halfway there then, mate.
Payment can be made over the phone, mate.
Yeah.
James has managed to raise £1,000 towards Mr. Gosling's debt.
Brilliant. Okay, mate, we'll authorise that for you now and give you a call back confirmation, all right?
There's still an outstanding amount of £900. But seeing the effort James is putting in to helping the debtor, Gareth decides to give him some extra time.
We'll give another 5 minutes then, boys. Yeah, we've dragged our heels as much as possible now.
Well, beginning to piss me off.
Sorry?
But it's beginning to piss me off a bit, really.
Okay.
I'm fucking trying.
This is probably the most lenient I've ever been on a job because your son is trying his best to get all of the money.
Oh, yes.
It's not very common that you see a younger family member bailing out an older family member, but it does happen. And to me, it doesn't really paint a very good picture of them when they should really be a role model.
Gareth and Mitch have been at the house for an hour. With the second deadline now passed, Gareth's patience is running out. If Mr. Gosling can't pay, the agents have no choice but to remove assets to cover the debt. They turn their attention to his work van, and Mitch calls for a recovery vehicle.
Oh yeah, can I have a truck, please? We've got a small van to go, yeah. Fantastic, thank you very much. Okay, you've got about 20 minutes before the truck turns up for the vehicle, mate, all right?
With the recovery vehicle on its way, Gareth has to make it clear that the extra fees incurred have increased the remaining balance.
So you need another £1,500, Tim, to stop us from removing his vehicle?
You might think I'm thick, but I'm fucking not.
I'm not saying you're thick, it's the last thing I said.
I'm trying to sort quite a few things out here.
Okay.
I'm stop and take the cocks and vans.
But the prospect of actually losing the van finally prompts Mr. Gosling to try one more time to get some help.
Yeah, I do, mate, desperately. Yeah. Right, okay.
Full balance, 1,500.
All right. Yeah, okay, cheers, mate, I appreciate that.
A friend offers him a lifeline.
He's coming down now.
Brilliant. Who's coming, mate?
Mate, mate.
Brilliant. Going to pay the remaining balance for you, is he?
Yeah.
There we go, mate. We got it, haven't we? I knew you had it in you, Tim. I always believed in you, mate.
See?
Never doubted you once.
Moments later, Mr. Gosling's friend arrives.
Hey, mate, you okay? So the remaining balance, Tim, is £1,536.47.
The friend pays the remaining balance in full.
That's more like it. I wish I had a friend like you.
Yeah.
I got him instead.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir.
Is it all done now?
Yep, it's all done now, mate.
Thanks to his friend and James, Mr. Gosling's debt is now cleared.
Job done. Nothing personal, Tim, but I hope I don't see you again.
Well, I don't think you bastards again either, really, in fairness to you. Nothing personal.
Nothing personal.
What's that?
The agent's perseverance has paid off.
And breathe. That's the result, mate.
Top job, brother.
Recent research has revealed that the number of tickets issued by private parking firms over the first quarter of the last financial year has risen by over 60%. A leading motoring organisation estimates that 7 million private parking fines will be issued over the course of this year alone. It's 8 a.m. And High Court enforcement agents Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor are in Ashton-under-Lyne, Greater Manchester, to recover a debt of over £5,000 owed in unpaid parking fines.
She needs to pay us £5,142.
What's it regarding?
Parking.
Is it parking?
Parking.
How do you get to that level of parking?
The parking company won a county court judgment, but the defendant failed to pay.
Let's go.
The case was then escalated to the High Court, and the writ commands that the debtor must pay in full today.
It's not that cold. Come on.
Oh, those toys are frozen. Not going to be able to use them this morning.
There's no answer, so the agents check around the back.
Hello?
Finding an open door, they make peaceful entry.
Hello? Is anybody in? Hi, mate, you all right? Is she about? Are you able to come grab her? Cheers, mate, thanks very much. Oh, we've been sent with a High Court writ with regards to parking.
Yeah, I paid one and asked for it back.
Right, this outstanding balance of £5,142.
For what?
It must be for parking.
Parking.
I had one parking ticket.
Right.
I paid it and I told them they owe me the money back because I got a free parking there.
Right, it must be something else then.
I don't even know what it's for.
Right.
Where's the vehicle?
I sold it.
You sold it how long ago?
A long time. This is for parking. I've not even had a letter off them.
It appears that the parking fines were incurred in an old vehicle the debtor sold some years ago, and that interest and added fees have now more than tripled what was originally owed.
I swear on my kids' lives I've had nothing. I didn't even know about this. So how much do I owe? I've got to pay £5,000 today.
Well, as I said, need to see how much you can raise.
We're here to work with you as well.
Anyone you can ring or just try and get something.
While the debtor tries to raise some funds, the agents look around the house for any assets they could seize. There doesn't appear to be much of value. But then Stuart spots some car keys.
Well, there's another key here as well. Great thing about doing this job in this modern age is remote central locking, so let's press a button and see what lights up. Brilliant. Hi, Nicky, can someone do HPI for me?
Stuart calls the office for a vehicle check on the Vauxhall Astra.
On finance?
Finance, yeah.
Right, OK, no problem.
With the car out of bounds, Stuart heads back inside.
OK. Hello?
Hello?
Hello there, sir, how can I help?
Listen, mate.
Yeah.
It's pathetic, this. You know, she's a one-parent family. She hasn't got the money.
Yeah.
Her money's been stopped, and she can prove today that her money has been stopped. It's for crying out loud sake. It's a parking fine.
Yeah.
I'm on the way.
OK, sir. No problem. See you shortly. Bye.
With the debtor's brother on his way and no assets to take, it will take all the agents' negotiating skills to get this case resolved. Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor were in Ashton-under-Lyne, Greater Manchester, to recover a debt of over £5,000 in unpaid parking fines.
I swear on my kids' lives I've had nothing. I didn't even know about this.
The news came as a shock for the debtor.
I've got to pay £5,000 today.
She said she couldn't pay, and then called her brother for help.
Listen, mate.
Yeah.
It's pathetic, this. You know, she's a one-parent family. She hasn't got the money.
Now, 10 minutes after he was called, her brother arrives.
Hi, mate, you all right?
And he wants answers.
So, come on, what are you going to take?
We gave it time to raise some funds.
You're not having the pram that I just bought. You're not having that.
Ideally, we don't want to take anything.
We've just got them in this house and she can't even cook.
It appears that the debtor and her 4 children have only recently moved into this house after some tough times.
She's come out of a horrendous marriage and gone into a new marriage and tried to sort herself out with the kids, and she's done brilliant to get where she is.
Yeah.
You know, believe you me, if I could tell you one half of what she's gone through in the last, 3 years, you'd be like, wow. But she's back on her feet and she's done it, but she's done it herself. And then she gets this. But it's just wrong, absolutely wrong, so wrong.
Despite the debtor's situation, the agents are duty-bound to get a result for the claimant. The debtor's daughter arrives to help.
Go sit down, Mum. You've got no more money.
I haven't got nothing.
I can clearly say she's got no money.
It's heartbreaking in a way that other family members are dragged into a situation, but that's what debt does. Debt follows you around, it drags family members in, it affects other people, not just the people that we're after. Sometimes they have to get involved to try and resolve the situation. It can make people worry, and through no fault of their own, it just means that they're involved whether they like it or not.
With the whole family getting involved, Stuart and Vic want to get this case resolved quickly. But with no assets to seize and payment in full out of the question, Stuart's only option is to see whether the claimant will accept a payment plan.
We basically feed the information back and then they decide what they want us to do. But for them to accept a payment plan, they're going to want something up front. It's as simple as that.
Well, 300 could be enough.
300 and then...
If you can give her 300 today, and then pay £100 more.
Yeah, okay. Well, what we'll do is we'll speak to the claimant now. Okay, let's say the claimant agrees to it. If they pay the 300 and then £100 a month.
£100 a month?
Yeah.
If it keeps the stuff, she's got children, she can't have no TVs or anything, can she? And if it comes to it, I'll just have to help out each month.
You pay 50, I'll pay 50.
Vic calls the office to see whether the offer of a £300 down payment is acceptable to the claimant.
There's nothing here. I mean, the Carson Finance, it's a 3-bedroom house and there's 6 people living inside, to give you an idea. So they're not roading in it. There's no road access. There's no whatsoever. Gonna give us a bell back.
All the agents can do now is wait.
Okay. Yeah, no. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Waiting for a call back. We do with our office, they phone the claimants. And then explain to them, look, and there's no assets.
You don't own anything.
Yeah, no assets.
Most of it's you pay weekly, don't you?
Yeah. 6 people living in a 3-bedroom house. It's the best offer on the table. Unfortunately, every circumstance is different, and if people don't have the means to pay, this will have an impact on the whole family life. I do have sympathy with defendants that are really, really struggling. And that's why we try and work with them as best as we can.
5 minutes later, the office called back.
Hello? Yeah? Okay, that's fine, brilliant. Okay, thank you. Cheers, bye. Bye. Right, they've accepted it, right? There's a condition, though. And the condition is, in 3 to 6 months' time, they're going to review it.
With the offer accepted, the debtor pays the agents £300 and agrees to a repayment plan of £100 a month to pay back the balance of her £5,000 debt.
Just try your best. If you can't make it, phone us. You know what I mean? We'd rather speak to you on the phone than having to come back.
The case is resolved for now.
All right, guys. Right. See you later.
But if the debtor defaults on her repayments, the agents will be back.
The problem is absolutely no assets. Massive debt. And the claimant has accepted a payment plan.
So I just hope, fingers crossed, for that family that she manages to stick to this agreement. Oh, but there we go. It's not a wake-up call most people want, but...
It is what it is.
Threats.
Slap me in the face, you know.
Mate, you've not got what it takes. Anger.
Don't, sir, don't.
Desperation.
Dad, I need to find 2 grand within 5 minutes.
What happens when debt
I'm not even playing a penny of it.
tracks you down?
Don't open the gates, mate. We'll force entry.
up and down the UK.
Can somebody come to the door, please?
We see Britain's most resilient High Court enforcement agents.
We need immediate police assistance.
Dealing with every debtor's worst nightmare.
It's not a wake-up call most people want.
Because if you can't pay...
Doesn't have a penny, doesn't own a thing.
They'll take it away. More than 300,000 people contacted a leading debt charity over the first half of 2017 to seek help with their debts. The charity's figures show that the number of people falling behind on debt repayments has nearly doubled since the beginning of the decade. High Court enforcement agents Gary Ball and Matt Highway are in Worcester, Warwickshire.
It's a nice house.
They're here to recover a debt of over £6,000 owed by Christopher Robinson and Amy Blease in unpaid nursery school fees.
It's brand new, isn't it? Which probably means it's the right address. No one would have lived in here before them. No.
A county court judgment was issued against the couple, but it wasn't paid, so the case was escalated to the High Court.
And the curtains are shut.
Now the debt must be paid in full today, or the agents have the right to remove assets, including the Audi parked outside, if it belongs to either defendant.
It smells fresh round, doesn't it?
Hello, sir. It's after Christopher Robinson or Amy Blease. Is that yourself, is it?
Yes.
Hello, sir. My name's Gary Ball, High Court enforcement agent. It's my colleague Matthew. Been sent here today, sir, with a High Court writ from nursery school. You've not received anything from them? You've not received this letter from us last week? You've got an outstanding balance of £6,242.07, sir, yeah? No. You've got kids, have you? Yeah. Obviously nursery age. So you must have sent them there.
Yeah. Yeah, we haven't received a thing from anyone.
No.
So we'd act straight away.
So you're going to act it now then, sir?
For both of them.
Well, the problem we got today, sir, is obviously the writ commands us to be here today to collect the full amount or seize assets in the property. There's your copy there, sir.
Wow.
Despite the fact that a letter of attendance has been sent to the address, the agent's visit has clearly come as a shock. Gary and Matt must make it clear to Mr. Robinson what he needs to do next.
Okay, so do you want to talk about this then, sir, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't leave the door open.
You can't leave the door open?
Yeah, I've got two dogs here. I've got one by the stairs.
Well,
right, you need to put them away then, chap.
So it's simple, isn't it? I'm sure they'll do what you say.
She's 10 months old, mate.
It seems Mr. Robinson is intent on keeping the dogs in and the agents out. So Matt goes to look for another way in. And finding an open door, he makes peaceful entry.
Do you want to get that door open now, buddy, yeah? Get the door open. Put the dog away, yeah? Put the dog in one of the rooms so it's safe.
Seriously. No, come here. No.
But then one of the dogs breaks free.
Put it away then, it's not being silly.
Okay, stay there then.
Okay. Dog alright, yeah? Why don't you come out and speak to us, yeah? That'd be easy, wouldn't it? The dog's safe in there, yeah? All I'm concerned about is the dog stays away.
No, they won't.
Keep the dog where it is then, yeah?
The dogs may be safely away, but now Mr. Robinson disappears upstairs.
He's very erratic, this guy. Yeah.
Matt goes up to speak to him.
Can you get this payment made, Christopher? Can you get this payment made? No, I'm stood here. You can't close the door when I'm stood here, can you? Do you want to talk to me from there? Chap, one way or another, we need to open a dialogue, don't we? Otherwise we're going to get nowhere. Hello, sir? You want to talk to me or not?
But instead of engaging with the agents, Mr. Robinson decides to leave.
The crazy part of this job is that you'll never go to two jobs that are exactly the same. We can't guarantee how someone's going to react. Some people react with anger, some people react with huge emotion, some people react by hiding, and you know, that's just dependent on who they are.
Matt and Gary have been in the house for over 10 minutes. But with Mr. Robinson flitting from one room to another to avoid them, Matt has to make the consequences of not cooperating clear.
It's getting ridiculous now.
Christopher, I'm not going to mess about like this for ages, so either you come and deal with it, or you produce payment of £6,242.07, or I'll start emptying stuff out of the house. It's up to you.
But then he makes an unexpected move.
What are we doing then, Christopher? Yeah, he's just walked out, mate.
And disappears through the back gate.
Weird. Not talking to him. So you think just debt will go away, does it?
Yeah, it just disappears, doesn't it, if you've not heard from it for a while.
With Mr. Robinson gone, the agents have no choice but to consider seizing goods in his absence. The Audi outside might cover some of the £6,000 debt, but Matt and Gary must also search inside for any goods of value.
What's that man outside with the wood?
Blasted.
There are no major assets in the downstairs rooms, so the agents go upstairs to continue their search.
3 bedrooms, 2 kids' rooms, the usual.
But then from an upstairs window, Gary spots something.
Where's he going now?
I don't know.
Back round his neighbours. He's just took his Apple Mac round there.
Mr. Robinson appears to be removing goods to a neighbouring property.
Yeah, next door neighbours.
Now actively obstructing the enforcement process by moving goods, it will take all of Matt and Gary's skills to get this case resolved. Matt Highway and Gary Ball were in Warwickshire to recover a debt of over £6,000 owed in unpaid nursery school fees.
Been sent to today, sir, with a High Court writ.
The debtor, Christopher Robinson, said he couldn't afford to pay.
You can act it now then, sir.
We're both unemployed.
And after refusing to discuss the debt with the agents...
Chap, one way or another, we need to open a dialogue, don't we? Otherwise we're going to get nowhere.
He left the property.
What are we doing then, Christopher? Yeah, he's just walked out, mate.
But when Matt and Gary started searching the house for seizable goods, they saw Mr. Robinson taking a computer to a nearby house.
He's just took his Apple Mac round there.
Now, the agents need to make clear to Mr. Robinson that as he's obstructing the enforcement of the writ, they could call the police. But then a man arrives.
Oh, mate. Do you know the guy that lives here, do you?
I do know Chris, yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, I'll be mine.
Why is it here?
I'm working doing a promotion in town.
How are you?
Promotion.
Okay. So you just parked it here?
I've known Chris for 7 years.
Right, okay.
And it's because it's not safe in town.
Can you tell me what's in there?
Yeah, in the boot there's loads of promotion stuff.
Yeah.
GMB.
And it all relates to yourself, does it?
All mine. There's trainers in the boot.
All right. What's your name, sir?
Julian Pepper.
Julian Pepper. Just give us a second.
It seems that Mr. Robinson's friend, Julian, has had a tip-off that the agents were in the house and is here to prevent his car from being seized. Matt goes to check out whether his claims are true.
Julian Pepper.
The documents inside the car are evidence that it does belong to the debtor's friend.
No, fine. I'll put that, mate.
I want to help the situation out, so how's it come to this and what is it regarding?
He's going to have to okay that it's right to speak to you, mate. Can you ring him and I can take the okay over the phone, yeah? Hello, Chris. Am I okay to disclose your details to this gentleman that's here?
Mr. Robinson authorises the agents to discuss his case with Julian, but then he makes another claim.
Okay, you personally. So you've got a bankruptcy order from the court to show that you're bankrupt, yeah? Where is that, mate? You'll have it personally. It's a piece of paper. I know you keep saying step change to me, but it means very little to me. It's just a debt charity.
Mr. Robinson now claims he's bankrupt, but it seems that he's only in the application stage, and so the High Court writ is still live.
What can you raise, mate? Can you raise some funds? You haven't got a pound? No? The difficulty is, mate, if you tell me you've got nothing, then that's, we have to start removing goods. You can raise £200. Well, that's a start, isn't it? We're getting somewhere. So if you can raise £200, what can you pay going forward towards this debt? £200 a month. Well, what I'll do, mate, I'll put it to the client and see what they say.
After saying he couldn't pay anything, Mr. Robinson has now made an offer. But as a £200 down payment is just a fraction of the £6,000 he owes, it might not be enough to satisfy the claimant.
It hasn't got much at the moment, so you say that, but if it was you owed £6,500, you wouldn't be too impressed with it, would you? You know what I mean?
Matt goes outside to call the office with the offer. But then suddenly Mr. Robinson appears at the door in the middle of a phone call.
Pass you over to him. All right, thanks.
Is that
we owe the money.
All right. Oh, okay.
In an unusual development, it seems Mr. Robinson has called the claimant himself.
Hello, my name's Gary Ball. We've come round today with the High Court rate. I'll just pass you to my colleague because he's the one that's been dealing with this. This is the claimant. Christopher just called her.
Oh, yes. Hello, it's Matthew Highway, High Court Enforcement Agent. So we're here enforcing the writ at the moment on your behalf.
It appears that Mr. Robinson has been trying to persuade the claimant to accept an informal payment plan. Matt now needs to get the case back under his control.
I think your response to him needs to be that it's in our hands now and he needs to speak to us, but no direct. Absolutely. We will certainly do our very best to get the best possible outcome for you. That's 100%. We'll do our best. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
After speaking to the claimant, it now becomes clear that Mr. Robinson will need to offer more than the £200 down payment he's offered.
Is it still in there, is it?
Yeah.
There's that one.
I think he's put it.
Christopher, is the dog away?
Yeah.
But to avoid the dogs getting out again, Mr. Robinson won't open the door.
You need to raise some more funds, Christopher. I'm happy to set this on an arrangement for you, which will prevent removal. But you need to raise £500. So you've got 2 so far, you need to raise another 3.
But then he passes a bundle of cash through the door.
Is it?
Is that a 5 there, is it? Just check that, man.
Having previously said he doesn't have a pound, Mr. Robinson immediately produces the £500 Matt's asked for in cash.
What we're going to do then, Christopher, I'm going to take the £500 today and put it on £200 a month, okay? If for any reason you don't pay the £200 per month, we can come back, we can force entry if necessary and we'll remove the goods. So it's a guarantee that you're going to pay.
Knowing there's nothing of value in the house to list as a guarantee that Mr. Robinson keeps up with his payment plan, Matt needs to recover the laptop the debtor tried to hide in his neighbour's house.
Which way did he take this laptop? That way?
Next door.
Next door, that way. Hello? Hello, sweet, you alright? Well, High Court Enforcement Agents. The gentleman's brought round a laptop to your house. Sorry? You passed it back, that's great, okay, thank you. I'm not playing hide and seek. He's got it back now. Yeah.
Christopher, you got it back? Let's have a look.
Mr. Robinson passes Gary the laptop.
It's a MacBook Pro.
What colour is it?
Silver.
With the laptop listed, Mr. Robinson signs the paperwork.
So you've paid £500 today. The next £200 is due on the 28th of the 4th, okay? And then £200 per month, every month after that until it's paid off. You understand, yeah? All right, mate. Just let you know, obviously, if we do return, we can force entry, remove the goods, okay? I'll leave that.
The case is resolved for now.
Thanks very much, we're on our way, okay? Thanks.
But if Mr. Robinson defaults on his payments, the agents will be back.
Interesting chap. We have to think on our feet and just deal with the situation.
We've got a little bit of money for the claimant, and hopefully he continues with his arrangements, pay the debt off in full. Probably take him 3 or 4 years, but hopefully he'll get paid off.
Personal debt levels in the UK are on the rise, with the total amount owed exceeding £1.5 trillion. Recent research shows that 1 in 6 people are burdened with financial difficulties, while 4 in 10 are reported to have less than £500 in savings. (7:30 a.m). High Court Enforcement Agent Gary Brown and trainee Connor Jackson are near Portsmouth on the south coast. They're here to collect almost £3,500 owed for an unpaid loan.
We're looking to collect £3,306.
Okay. If the debtor can't or won't pay, Gary and Connor have the right to seize goods and vehicles belonging to him. And it looks as if they might be in luck.
BMW on the driveway.
Okay, well there's enough cars here.
Despite the early hour, no one appears to be in. So Connor turns his attention to the vehicles parked outside.
This vehicle's open.
Most of them appear to be old and of low value. But the 8-year-old BMW might have some worth, so Connor does an online HPI check.
This car here is free of finance. Market value £6,800. So that would cover the debt.
If it belongs to the debtor, the vehicle is an asset they can seize even in his absence. So Connor clamps it. But his actions haven't gone unnoticed.
Someone's just looked at us from the top window.
Are they?
Yeah.
It appears there is someone in after all. But there's still no response. So Gary and Connor go round to the back of the house and find an open door.
You in?
Yeah. Hello? High Court enforcement.
Gary heads upstairs to search for the person he saw at the window and finds a man in bed.
Hello, mate. Is that you? My name's Gary Brown. I'm an enforcement agent and I've got a High Court writ.
Yeah.
Okay, have you got a telephone number for him? Sorry to have to get you up, because obviously this isn't your debt.
What's this for?
The man is a relative of the debtor, and he points Connor in the direction of his bedroom. He searches for paperwork connected to the clamped BMW. There doesn't appear to be any documents for the car, but he finds the debtor's driving license and passport.
Do you want to bring the paperwork downstairs?
Gary and Connor have proof they're in the right place. Now they must see whether the debtor is willing to pay. His relative gets him on the phone.
Hello there, my name's Gary Brown. I'm an enforcement agent and I've got a High Court writ against you. So we're now here to remove goods unless the debt is paid. At the moment it's £3,306.06. We've got a High Court writ which allows us to remove goods if it's not paid. Right, well, we found evidence that you live here, including your passport in the room, one of the rooms upstairs. So I'm not going to, and your driving license. So I'm not going to accept that you don't live here.
Well, I can't pay for all of it right now, mate.
Okay. How much can you pay now?
I can pay about 500.
No, that's not enough, I'm afraid. Is there anyone who can help you with this?
No.
No. Okay. All right, we're going to remove goods then. Okay.
What do you mean remove goods? There's no goods there under my name.
Okay. Who owns the goods in the house?
I don't own them.
Well, I'll tell you what, you get in touch with the person that does own them, tell that person to prove it to me, and then I won't take it. Or take a car off the driveway.
Which car off the driveway?
Well, if any car goes, it will be the black BMW.
That's not mine, mate.
But you also said you don't live here. It needs to be paid in full, or we remove goods. But if we remove goods, that's going to cost you further fees as well.
No, you're taking nothing, mate.
All right, ring me back when you got the money.
In this job, we get lied to on a daily basis, and it's really, really frustrating when people lie to us, because 9 times out of 10 they get found out, and it's just dragged out a process that could have been dealt with in half the time.
Gary and Connor have been in the house for 20 minutes. The debtor hasn't called back to increase his £500 offer, nor has he provided any proof that the BMW doesn't belong to him. So Gary calls the office for a recovery vehicle.
Hi, John. I've explained to the debtor over the phone that we're going to start removing goods.
Yeah.
He wasn't even interested in making any phone calls. He just keeps telling me nothing belongs to him.
Okay.
So
You start the removal process, stand by for your recovery.
Yeah.
From the vehicle. Okay. Call
Yeah.
back 20 minutes, yeah?
Yeah, okay, mate. Cheers, John. Bye.
The recovery truck is on its way. But now Gary has to tell the debtor again that because of the extra charges involved in removing the vehicle, his debt has now increased.
The balance is going to be £4,051.26, okay?
What do you mean it's 4,000?
I told you there's going to be extra fees go on. That's the process. That's what I said would happen.
How much is it total, mate?
£4,051.
If I had 4,000, mate, I'd pay it straight away.
Then my advice to you is make some phone calls and see if somebody can help you with it. See you later.
First and foremost, I want to see debtors making an effort to get the money. If they're telling me they haven't got the money, I want them to try and reach out to other people that could help. They need to accept it needs to be paid. So if they're making efforts to get the money, then I'll give them the time that they need.
Gary and Connor have now been at the house for over an hour. The debtor hasn't called back to offer any payment to save his car. But then his relative intervenes.
Okay.
3,000.
No. No, you need to ask him to pay the rest of it.
With the situation at stalemate and a car at risk, the debtor's relative pays the full amount of the debt.
4,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I just need to remind you that this is a voluntary payment because it's not your debt. Can I get a signature there to say that you've paid me the money? Thank you for your payment.
It's been an unexpected result for Gary and Connor.
Onwards.
Next one.
The agents got a result in a tricky situation. But in Matt and Gary's next case,
No, I don't want it counted.
You don't want to?
No, I don't.
an angry debtor pushes their patience to the limit.
I'll drive out ahead, you can push his fucking head in, mate. I don't.
A recent survey has revealed that more than a third of UK adults who have seen an increase in their levels of debt in the past 12 months say that the rise in the cost of living is to blame. Over 3/4 of people surveyed admit having some form of borrowing, while almost half have seen their debts increase by up to £1,500. High Court enforcement agents Matt Highway and Gary Ball are in Castle Vale, Birmingham.
I'm going to see Mr. Thomas Taylor, and he owes £2,055.49 to a car credit company.
The debtor, Mr. Taylor, bought a new car on a finance agreement, but defaulted on his repayments. The case was escalated to the High Court, and now Mr. Taylor must pay the £2,100 he owes in full today.
You're confident, aren't you? Bringing the card machine with you?
Yeah.
Hello, morning. Looking for Thomas Taylor?
No, his name's Easter.
Is it? Okay. Do you know Thomas?
No.
Oh, right, okay.
You can come in.
Do you want to give me your dad's number so I can get in touch with him?
Matt tries Mr. Taylor's mobile.
Is that Mr. Taylor?
Yeah, speaking.
Hello, sir. Good morning. My name's Matthew Highway. I'm a High Court enforcement agent. I'm at your property at the moment to enforce a High Court writ against you, sir. There's standing balance at the moment of £2,055.49.
It says 1,000 and something on the thing.
It was, sir. It's gone through the court system and obviously fees have been added since then.
So, what's the procedure with that now? Because there's no way I could pay you anything like that.
Right, the procedure is, sir, we're commanded by the High Court to attend the property today to either collect payment or to seize goods to the value of. That's what we're here to do.
Oh, I'll need to try and get home.
You're going to try and get home, yeah? Right, I won't do anything until you get back then.
Okay, no, thanks.
Thanks, Mr. Taylor, thank you.
Mr. Taylor seems willing to cooperate. But when he arrives moments later, it soon becomes clear he wasn't expecting to find the agents inside the house.
Hello, sir. Mr. Taylor, are you?
Hi, Mr. Taylor, yeah?
Hello, sir. How you doing? Do you want to calm down a little bit?
No, I don't want to calm down.
You don't want to?
No, I don't.
Did you want to discuss this or not?
Yeah, I'm going outside, we'll get it as well now.
I'm not going outside, no, I'm right here.
Yeah?
I'm right here.
I couldn't give a fucking flying shit. For one, it's my wife's house. For two, go upstairs and take all my fucking clothes or whatever. Because there's nothing in mine in here.
Why would
There's
the
some
clothes be
here
in
because I come and see my kids.
Ah, right, okay.
Although Mr. Taylor says he doesn't live here, he is registered on the electoral roll at this address. The agents have every right to enforce the writ. But first, they decide to give him time to calm down.
It's massively important to be a good judge of character. Myself, from a security door background, I worked 13 years on the door in what some people would term as some of the roughest towns in the country. If you're not able to speak to people and you're not able to diffuse a situation, then you're not going to last very long. And those skills transfer over to the job that we do very, very well. The biggest part of our job is calming the situation down.
Moments later, Mr. Taylor reappears.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm just...
I'm sorry, just take a minute, calm down, right?
He now seems keen to tell the agents why he stopped paying the instalments on his new car.
I got that car off the mate, right? The car was absolutely fucked.
Yeah.
Wasn't roadworthy. He came and took the car back twice. Once for a week, second time for, I think it was 10, 12 days or whatever like that. He gave me a year's MOT. When I got onto the M42 coming back from Redditch, it was rattling and rattling, and I took it straight to the Merkel garage and it failed on 27 things. It was fucked.
You don't expect that from a new car, do you?
Nah, you don't, mate, you know what I mean? He's a fucking prick. I'll drive out of Redditch and punch his fucking head in, mate, I ain't joking.
With Mr. Taylor now making threats against the claimant, the agents must work hard to keep him calm.
The problem we've got, Mr. Taylor, is we're simply High Court enforcement agents that have been asked to execute this writ here today.
Well, there's no way I can get that. Not a chance in half, mate.
Mr. Taylor calls his sister for help.
Straw dogs, my sister's got a few points, like, but whether she gives me or not, I don't know. Fuck's sake.
With his sister not answering, Mr. Taylor calls his mother.
Where the guys in Emma and us? Matt, it's not that it's doing it. I'm going to go to the Redditch after this is fucking sorted out. I'm going to punch his fucking head in, simple as that. Yeah, I know.
I don't worry them, I'll play the thing you talk like that, okay.
Right. She's right there, mate, but it'll get you nowhere. That's you know that anyway, don't you?
He's got what to answer for that. I'd say he's got what to answer for this fucking ice.
With his mother unable to help, Mr. Taylor calls his brother-in-law.
Is that you, Mike?
Aye.
You know that BM I've got?
Yeah.
Right, he's took it to court, mate, and says I've not paid anything at all. And now these guys have turned up in the house this morning and they're here to take all the stuff away.
How much cash do you need today to get them to go away?
I don't know, how much is it, mate?
Wait.
Can I pass you on to the guy, mate, because I'm fucking living here so long.
Hello, Sam. We're in a bit of a situation, mate. You know, they need to raise some funds. I mean, there's £2,055 outstanding. We are here for the balance, but if we can get something close to it, then, I will speak to the client.
Right, could we pay £1,000 on credit card? Is that okay?
I can certainly make the call and ask them. I'll pass you back to Tom and I'll make that call, okay?
Okay, thanks, Matty.
Thanks. I'll just make a call, mate, see what the crack is.
Matt calls the office to see whether a down payment of £1,000 is acceptable to the claimant. But because it's still early morning, the office aren't able to contact the claimant.
I can't get through to anybody, mate, because of the time of day it is.
Matt wants to prevent Mr. Taylor from getting more agitated. so he thinks on his feet.
What I suggest we do is if I provisionally accept £1,000 now.
Right. Can you tell me about
just you need to be close to know what's going on. Hello, Mike.
Hello. Hi, Matthew.
Hi, mate, you alright? So Tom wants me just to explain to you. So I can't get hold of the clients at the moment, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to provisionally accept the £1,000 at the minute, with the remainder of the balance when Tom next gets paid.
I'm going to give you £1,000 when I get paid, mate.
Right.
I've got rent and stuff to pay, you know what I mean?
Then they're going to want the balance.
Well, no, there's no way I can do it. There's no way I can do it, mate. I'll drive out to Redditch, you know, and get that geezer here.
With Mr. Taylor making more threats against the claimant, Matt intervenes.
It ain't going to help them, mate, is it? That's not going to solve the situation, is it?
No, there's no way.
All you getting het up and angry is just going to get you nicked, isn't it? That's
no, if I get nicked, mate. But there's no way I can pay £1,000 when I get paid. When I get paid, mate, I'll be lucky if I've got fucking 400 quid left. If that.
The situation is at a stalemate. But then, Mr. Taylor's brother-in-law wants to speak to Matt again.
Hi, Mike.
Right, well, we'll just go with it. I mean, I presume that if I pay that money just now, then Thomas has got a week or so to try and sort it out with the guy.
We've got two options, really. We can either pay the balance off in full and the matter's resolved and it's finished today. That's $2,055.49. Or the other option is, as I said to him, you know, I can accept the offer provisionally of £1,000 today and then give him until he next gets paid to pay the balance. Obviously, you know, the longer it goes on, the more fees are incurred.
So do the fees keep on going up?
They do, mate, yeah.
In which case, we'll just clear the lot just now.
You'll be able to do that, Mike, will you, yeah?
Yeah.
All right. I'll pass you over to my colleague then. He's got a card machine here. We'll get the payment done. He wants to talk about possibly bringing a case himself. I'd rather he did that than what he's threatening to do and beating people up, because that ain't going to get anywhere, is it?
No.
All right. I'll pass you over to Gary. He's going to take your details then.
Hello, mate.
Hi there.
Hiya, it's Gary here.
To resolve the situation today, Mr. Taylor's brother-in-law agrees to clear his debt in full.
Are you paying by a credit card, are you, Mike?
Debit card then?
Yeah, debit card would be great. There you go.
Okay, mate. Well, we're all done. Sorry about the circumstances. Nice meeting you.
Thanks to the agent's patience, the case is resolved peacefully.
It took a little bit of calming him down there. He came back in a bit of a rage. But, you know, good result in the end. Payment in full. On to the next.
Over the first half of 2017, more than 50,000 county court judgments were issued against businesses in England and Wales. This marks a 27% increase since the previous year, with the average reaching almost £3,000. High Court Enforcement Agent Gary Brown and trainee Connor Jackson are in Hassocks, West Sussex, to collect a debt of over £11,000 owed by businessman Mohan Fernando.
The exact balance we're looking for is £11,750.31.
But this isn't the first time Gary has tried to enforce this writ.
We've had this for a while. I went to this address a few weeks ago. I spoke to Mohan over the phone and I left with this control goods agreement.
Last time Gary visited the debtor's house, he wasn't there. So he left a controlled goods agreement with Mr. Fernando's partner, Ingrid, listing assets that would be removed if £5,000 wasn't paid within 24 hours.
But I tried to explain that if you don't pay this as per the control goods agreement, then we're just going to force entry back into the property.
But that payment didn't materialise.
So that may be what happens this morning.
Now, as the agreement has been broken, Gary has the right to force entry to seize the goods on the list. But first he needs to see whether Mr. Fernando is at home. Nobody appears to be in.
Hello? If there is anybody inside, I would advise you to come and open the door before we damage it.
It looks like Gary and Connor's only option is to force entry. But before they do, Gary wants to give Mr. Fernando one last chance to pay.
Hi, Mr. Fernando. The situation has come to the point where we're about to force entry. We've got a locksmith en route and we're going to be going in. My advice would be get back to the property as quickly as you can before we start removing goods. Thank you.
Fine locksmith, mate.
While they wait to see whether Mr. Fernando will turn up, Gary asks the locksmith to come down to the property.
Hi, Paul. It's Gary.
Hi, Gary.
Hi. We do need you, I'm afraid.
Right, okay, I'll be there in about 5 to 10 minutes. Thanks a lot. Cheers. Bye-bye.
Cheers. Bye.
It's extremely important to gain entry into a property, especially with evasive debtors, because they're not going to roll over and give me their money. They're just going to make it harder and harder for me to collect. So I have to respond with that, with the pressure that I put on to give me the result that I want.
10 minutes later, the locksmith arrives.
I can't tell for certain, but it does look like there's a key on the inside of the inner door.
It might be worth going in the back.
It looks like there's another locked door behind the main entrance. So they all head to the back of the property to look for a different way in.
No, all these doors are locked, Gary. Ah, we're in. Much appreciated. Hello? Enforcement? High Court enforcement, is anybody in? Hello? Hello?
The house appears to be empty. So with no word yet from Mr. Fernando, Gary calls his partner, Ingrid. He knows from the previous visit she has the debtor's permission to discuss the case with him.
Good morning, Ingrid. It's Mr. Brown, the enforcement agent. Because the arrangement was broken and the money wasn't paid as agreed, I'm back in your house now and I'm about to start removing goods. So my advice would be get Mr. Fernando to come home and deal with this. Thank you.
Almost immediately, Ingrid calls back.
Hello?
Hello?
Is this Ingrid?
Yes, on my way over. What do you think you require?
Well, we're going to remove goods unless the debt's paid. The arrangement was broken. We had a promise of £5,000.
I can get £11,000 just like that.
Well,
we can't. It's impossible. We don't have that sort of money.
Well, the person to blame with this is Mohan.
I'm trying to get hold of him.
Right, okay. I'll speak to you when you get home, okay? Thank you.
In these situations, you can't help but be empathetic to, family members around the debtor. Because at the end of the day, it's not their debt, and they're just being drawn into the world of the debtor, and now we're knocking on the door.
An hour later, Ingrid arrives home with her daughter and granddaughter. And to Gary and Connor's surprise, they're accompanied by the police.
Hello. No, good, thanks.
We were called just because the bank are not willing to give £5,000 to a 77-year-old lady with no evidence, effectively. So the bank have called us.
Okay.
It seems that Ingrid had been attempting to withdraw some cash to pay off her partner's debt.
Right.
But the amount she requested alerted the bank's fraud team.
You could be rogue traders for all we know.
The case has taken an unexpected turn. With no debtor to deal with, and now the police involved, will Gary and Connor ever get the £11,000 they came for? Gary Brown and Connor Jackson were in West Sussex, chasing £11,000 owed by businessman Mohan Fernando.
Hello? If there is anybody inside, I would advise you to come and open the door before we damage it.
The debtor had defaulted on a previous arrangement, so they broke into the house.
Hello? Enforcement?
There was no sign of Mr. Fernando, so Gary rang his partner, Ingrid.
Well, the person to blame with this is Mohan.
But then she came back to the house with a police escort.
We were called just because the bank are not willing to give £5,000 to a 77-year-old lady. No evidence, effectively. So the bank have called us.
Now, Gary and Connor show the police their identity, so they can start to explain why they're here.
Grab my colleague, have a chat with you. So we got there.
Yeah, sure.
The bank. That's great, thank you.
She hasn't got any payment on her. So
okay.
We're here to ascertain you are who you say you are.
Yeah.
So, which I've seen your ID, so you're fine. I'll just if you got a copy of your warrant,
Yeah,
to say that you can be here.
it's actually inside. Yeah, it's in my paperwork.
Gary takes the officers inside to show them the writ.
That is the High Court writ. And that is a list of goods that I took into control when I was here last time.
Right. Satisfied with the documentation, the police make it clear to Ingrid that Gary and Connor have every right to take goods if her partner, Mr. Fernando, doesn't pay.
Now we've come along here, and it's clear from all the evidence here, you're not the victim of a fraud. That this is all legal paperwork from the courts. They're entitled to do this. What's your situation now? Is there any money that you can take today that will stop you taking these goods?
Unfortunately, it's the full balance or removal of goods, I'm afraid, but it will be...
Can't do that. It's not possible. I haven't done anything. I'm not involved with these things.
How is it my mum's debt?
It's not your mum's
No,
debt.
it's not my mum's debt. I don't care about what he's done, okay? I don't care who does whatever to him, but it's got nothing to do with my mum.
It's a sensitive situation. Gary has to make it clear to the family that he's not asking Ingrid to pay, but that any goods belonging to Mr. Fernando will be removed if he doesn't come up with the cash. He urges her to get him home.
The arrangement's already been broken. My advice would be get Mohan to deal with it because it's his debt.
But there's still no response from Mr. Fernando. So Ingrid heads back to the bank with the police.
I think it's quite a low thing to do, to just leave your family members to deal with my presence. They get no respect from me when they do that because they're not facing up to it. They think that somebody else is just going to pick up the pieces and that they can just turn their back on it and hide away.
Half an hour later, Ingrid calls from the bank. She's managed to raise £9,000. It's £3,000 short of the full amount, but seeing the effort she's put into resolving her partner's problem, Gary accepts the offer.
All right, John. I think we'd probably be safe in taking £9,000 and then giving them some time for the other money.
Okay. Well, yeah, if you want to wrap up there, mate.
Cheers, John. Bye.
When Ingrid returns, Gary tells her that the claimant has accepted the offer. But it soon becomes clear that this isn't the first time she has bailed her partner out.
Basically, most of the problems that are here today are down to him, not me. I've been involved in paying up money for a long time to help him out with various things. And the reason that I'm still working at 77 years old is because I have to keep him, and I'm paying out all this time. Constantly for the last 9 years. When you get badgered and bullied basically, constantly, you know, you get worn down. And it's very difficult to stand up to it all the time.
Thanks to his partner, Mr. Fernando's case is resolved for now.
We're done. Yeah.
But if he doesn't pay the balance in 24 hours, Gary and Connor will be back.
It's horrible to see someone go through that. And you see their reaction and they're clearly distressed and they're clearly upset. I do feel a bit sorry for her, but she's got family rallying around her, which I think is more than Mohan can say for him.